Hey there, it's ACG back again with another podcast. So, this is episode 5, and today we're going to be talking about how to quit eating clay. I know, right? It's alarming, but we are going to talk about it. And there's a lot of messages I've seen. There's a lot of people that have claimed that they want to stop eating clay, but they just don't know how to. And I've also been on that journey as well. And I've also wanted to stop eating clay and all that kind of stuff. And I actually succeeded for a couple of years. I think it was about since 2015 to 2021. I was not eating clay. I had nothing to do with it, and I actually succeeded in that. So right now it's a choice to chew clay, not to eat it. If you get what I mean. So yeah, so let's get into it. Let's talk about this, and yeah, let's do it. So the first thing I would say is make a decision to stop and stick to it, because it's easy to just say I want to stop eating clay, but then make like put action into it, because just saying it won't make you stop. This is more like an addiction thing. So action actually speaks volumes than just words. So make that decision that, you know what, I'm going to stop, and then start making the moves necessary. Like, how are you going to stop? Like, start putting a plan forward on how you're going to stop eating clay. Because at the end of the day, if you say you're going to stop and you're hearing people talking about clay, or you're around people that do eat clay, and then that's going to tempt you back into that habit. So you want to make sure that you plan how you're going to quit and make sure you stick to it. So if that means you have to change the people you associate with in order to stop, I guess you have to, right? Because at the end of the day, this is your decision. This is how you want to move now, right? So if you want to change the places you go, maybe there's a certain place you used to go to get clay. Now you might want to stop going to that place. You might want to, like, you know, disconnect from the things that draw you to clay. So always put your plan forward, make sure you execute it, and yeah, that's one way you can actually stop eating clay, is make a decision, put a plan forward, and go for it. Another thing that you can do is to be around people with the same goal, right? Because you're not the only person that has thought of quitting clay. So you want to start searching for people that are on that journey, so that you can strengthen each other, because it's actually good when you have some kind of moral support. So find those type of people that are, passionate about stopping, and they want to make healthier decisions, they want to stick to a better lifestyle. Stick to that group. I know it's going to be new, I know it's going to be weird, but at least you want to be around people that can relate to what you're going through, that can relate to the struggle, and then that can actually help you, strengthen you, and make you reach your goal of stopping or quitting eating clay. Another thing you can do to quit eating clay is to substitute, clay with a different habit. So it depends, like, why do you like eating clay? For me, it was the crunch. So if I'm gonna substitute the clay crunch for another habit, I would say maybe eat carrots. They're really nice crunchy carrots out there that are not disgusting, that taste really nice and sweet and all that kind of stuff. So that's something you can do if you're into the crunch addiction thing. If it's, I don't know, there's so many different reasons why people love eating clay. So find out what you really love about it, and then find something that's similar to that, that's a healthier choice, and then just go for it, and then try it out for a bit. That could actually help you kind of gravitate towards that, and then it will take time. It'll take time to get used to a different habit, but if you keep trying, if you give it a chance, that could actually help you quit eating clay. So that could be another thing that you could consider doing. Okay, so another idea, and I don't know if anyone has ever done this, but it's just a suggestion that you can take or leave. All right, so the other thing is therapy. Like, I don't know if any one of you have considered going to therapy, yeah, for clay addiction, because it is an addiction. And you know it's important to maybe sit down and talk to someone and like get to the root of it. Like, what was it about? What made you start? And why can't you stop? Right? Because the fact that you can't stop now, it's like kind of looking like an addiction already. So a therapist would be a good idea to really talk through the whole process, and maybe that could actually be something that you needed to talk about, and to just help you get to a place where you can mentally detach from clay eating. So that could be another suggestion. And you want to find a really, really good therapist. And like, I don't know, these days it's kind of hard because there are a few people that can relate to the addiction. So it's going to be hard to really find the best therapist for you, but it's good to take a chance and see if you can get to a point where you can find someone to talk to you about this, and get the help that you really need. So another thing that can help with quitting clay is getting medication. So I've heard a lot of good results, and I've also experienced those results myself, whereby the doctor probably checks your blood and checks the things that you need just to keep you healthy. And other people have been given really good medication that actually makes them stop craving clay. But because they're hanging around people that eat it, somehow the craving finds its way back. And that's the weird part. So you want to be able to get the medication you need. And if it starts working, maybe you might want to stop, being around the type of people that do eat clay and do remind you of your habit, your addiction, because somehow, for whatever reason, it always comes back. So you want to make sure that if you're getting better, you want to be around people that are on that tip and that are getting better with you, and not people that are still into the habit. Because how are you going to quit if you keep going back to the thing that keeps you keeps you bound into it? So getting medication is a really, really good idea, and I've seen it work, and it's worked for me as well. So yeah, that's another idea you could use to help you quit eating clay. Another reason, or another thing you could use to stop eating clay, is to journal your journey, right? So shameless plug, I did create a journal diary for people to track their clay intake and all that stuff. And I will drop the link down in the description below so you can check it out, and maybe you can get it so you can journal and track your clay intake and see, you know, I don't know, like, when, which days is it high, or like which days is it low, and just to see like how extreme it is. Like, if you eat clay every day, you're able to see, since you're tracking it in your journal, you're able to see, okay, this habit is not a good habit, this is not healthy, and maybe that will be alarming enough to kind of make you feel like, okay, now I need to change a few things so that I can get my health back in track. So I mean, my health back on track. So yeah, so if you do want that journal, you can definitely check the description below, and hopefully tracking your clay intake will help you maybe quit, or maybe help you like lower your clay intake, right? So that you can always keep track of your health, and you can always just make better and healthier choices for yourself. All right, so the last point that I have here is talk to someone you trust. Yes, I talked about, going to therapy and all that stuff, but it's kind of hard to just trust someone you don't know. So, in this last point, I want you to maybe think of someone that you can trust to talk about this clay addiction to. That could actually help, because at the end of the day, people don't get it, people don't understand. So, instead of being a safe place to talk to about your clay addiction, they kind of maybe may start judging you and make you feel even worse off. So you want to find that right person that you can really open up to and just be vulnerable with, and just be like, look, this is what I'm going through. And maybe if they can relate to you, you can you can form a really good bond there. So that can actually be a great support system, and that person could actually really help you in your journey to quitting eating clay. So yeah, that's it from me. The reason why I decided to do a podcast on how to quit eating clay is because I've seen I don't know how to put this in a gentle way. I've seen clay sellers that sell clay so much, like so fast, and promote it so much to the point where they don't promote health as well. All right. So it's all about clay this, clay that. This is how much it is. This is a special. This is this is that. And it kind of scares me because I'm like, yes, it's a good business, and yes, people want to eat clay. Like there is a market for people that want to eat clay and all that stuff. And yes, it's a good business and people are making money, but at the same time, you're not showing people how to eat clay. And at the end of the day, it's looking bad because I've seen videos of women that are eating clay and their skin just looks terrible. Like your body is screaming out for help. At the end of the day, if you're gonna get into a business like that, you also want to make sure you let people know the risks to this habit, and you want to protect your customers, right? You want to show them this is how you want to, maintain this habit, because at the end of the day, this can hurt you. This could probably kill you. So I think that's where I was coming from, because I wanted to talk more about this and do help people that want to quit. If you need support, definitely I'm always out here to look for content that will help people, live a healthier life, at the same time enjoy your little habit or your little cravings and all that stuff, but you don't want to do too much to the point where you're putting people's health at risk. So my heart goes out to people that don't know how to manage their addiction, and at the end of the day, they end up in hospital. They end up in really bad situations, or maybe on operation table because of this. Not to say that clay alone is dangerous, because there are other things that people do. Like if you already have a bad habit of eating clay, so imagine how many other bad habits you have on top of that. That just makes it all the way worse. So yeah, this episode honestly is just to reach out to people that do want to stop eating clay, that do want to take their health serious, and that do need a bit of suggestions or just someone to talk about quitting eating clay. So let me stop rambling. This is it from me, and I'll be back again with another episode for you guys. So take care until next time. I'm out. Peace, guys.